everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of MMU Alumni Vibes Up Close and Personal. My name is Puvilashini Sugendran from Faculty of Management, MMU Cyberjaya, and with me today I have a very beautiful and talented individual, none other than Miss Kee Lin, and she is the Regional Head of BI Intrepid Group Asia. So Miss Kee Lin, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm good today. Thanks for asking.
That's amazing. Miss Kee Lin, I heard that you graduated in year 2006. Is that so? And if that's the case, which faculty were you from?
Yes, it was 17 years ago, we talk about 2006. I graduated in 2006. Back then, I was from Faculty of Business. So my program that I took at the point of time is Bachelor of E-Commerce. I'm not too sure currently it's still offered by MMU, so it was a very new course back then, and I was the second batch of students graduated from that course.
I see, that's interesting. So Miss Kee Lin, would you mind sharing your experience being an MMU student, and how would you describe yourself as a student back when you were studying in MMU?
Okay, let me try to recall because it's about 17 years ago, more than 17 years ago. So what I can remember at that point of time, I got my SPM result, and I do not wish to go to STPM, which is Form 6. So the MMU is one of the best choice that I can actually look at in terms of the choices that offered by the university and also college. And this is where I actually start my study in MMU as a foundation in business as my first year. So my first year, in fact, I'm actually studying in the MMU Malacca as a foundation course for business is only available in Malacca campus. So I had my first year in Malacca. And after that, this is where we have options to choose what do you want to study in terms of your course in the first year of degree. And at that point of time, there's two courses that I actually selected. One is Bachelor of E-Commerce. Another one is Bachelor of Financial Engineering. So this is where I actually have my selection. Last shortlisted would be the E-Commerce. That's about 3 years course, so I quite enjoy it. And then I move on to Cyberjaya campus to have my first year of degree until the third year of degree in Cyberjaya.
Amazing, Miss Kee Lin. So my question now is, do you remember any of your lecturers, and do you have any lecturer in particular that is your absolute favorite?
I remember I have a couple of lecturers. I can remember their faces, but not the name, unfortunately. Only one that I can remember is one of my favorite subjects. If I remember correctly, it is related with database. It's very relevant to what I'm actually doing now. That's why it's one of my favorite subjects, database related. So his name is Mr. Subramaniam from India. He is a very good lecturer, so that's where I actually pick up all the database knowledge. And also, this is where I ended up working with data. Yeah, so that's the lecturer that I can remember back then. And there's also another lecturer that I quite impressed with, which one of my subject would be marketing. So why marketing? So this lecturer, he had a very unique way on teaching. So every time before our class start, he will ask us to prepare before you come to class. You know, when we go to university, normally we don't prepare to go to class. Whatever the lecturer taught us, then this is where we learn in the class itself. But for this lecturer, he has a condition and demand that all of his students, you need to prepare before you come to class. And inside the class itself, instead of he is the one who talking and also teaching, he will start asking questions. So it's more towards the interactions between the lecturer and also students. And he will actually pick the students to answer. So at that point of time, my first thought, don't pick me during the class. So but I did answer a couple of questions inside the class, and the presentations is a good assignment for marketing projects. And one of the conditions is that all the team members within the group itself, you need to present. During the study that time, most of the time we have a group leader. So group leader will be the one who do the presentation. But for this particular courses, the lecturer actually requests that all the students, all the team members within the group, you must present, be it long or short. So this is where I actually, that would be my first subject that I actually presented during the university for marketing project itself.
That's lovely, Miss Kee Lin. So this brings us to our next question. Were you involved in any clubs and societies back during your days in MMU?
But what I can remember, one of the club or one of the activities that I joined would be Aikido. So I still can remember until now why Aikido. Okay, so why I choose this club is because it actually focuses on defense skill. So one of my concern back then is I have to walk back to my the accommodations, and then sometimes during night time, because we do have like a group assignment or discussions until the very late night, and I have to walk back alone. So this is where I think of why not I join Aikido to learn some defense skills.
I agree. I think that is absolutely rational to actually take up a self-defense club and society for your own benefit as well. So let us move on to our next question, which is, do you still remember your friends and do you still keep in touch with them?
Very good questions. You know, in today's world, definitely you wouldn't say that you don't keep in touch with them. Why? We have the social network that you can actually connect with your friends through the various of tools, especially like you talk about Facebook. So we still connected with all our classmates. And then we do have our gathering, but not so frequent, like 1-2 times after we graduated, because all of us actually have our own families, so everyone get busy. But we still connected each other. Sometimes we are say some just like casual chit-chatting, but it's through the Facebook. So I really appreciate you know, the Facebook. During our study time, we do not have any Facebook. I don't know whether you heard about it. We use a tool called Friendster. It's a very you know, very old tool that even before Facebook we have something similar called Friendster. So that's also how we actually get connected.
That's lovely, especially with the help of social media. I think we must thank social media, and we're so glad that you actually keep in touch with all of your friends. Would you like to share some of your bittersweet memories, be it your bad memories and your sweet memories while you were a student here in MMU?
Bad memories? Not the one that I can record. I wouldn't say it is a bad memory. I would say it's a stressful moment. So not about the exam. I think exam is still okay for me, but it's more towards like, you know, I'm not too sure whether it's still practiced right now. Is every before the new semester begin, you have to register for the classes. So some of the classes, especially for the time slot, is very popular. And back then, the internet stability is not as great as what we have today, the infrastructure of the internet. So most of the time, we'll go to campus and then go to the computer in the campus and then start, you know, the fighting for the slot that we want. To be honest, no one wants to go to early morning class. So we tend to choose, you know, like after the 9 or after 10. So that would be few of the popular classes that you have to like fight with each other to get a slot. If not, then you have to go for a second option, which is the less popular one. So that one I would say is more stressful moment. It's not the bad memories in short, but just a bit stressful because you have to like go and register and then get whatever slot to ensure that your timetable it looks good to you and then easy for you to arrange instead of your classes is like fragmented within the day itself. So that would be what I can recall as a stressful moment. And sweet memories, what I like the most is making friends. So this is where you actually meet up the friends from all the rest of the states. You know, compared to what you have in primary and secondary school, you met the friends that are coming from the same places. So when you actually studied in university, so this is where you are away from your home. So I come from very far, which is from Kelantan, north part of the Malaysia. So I actually met a lot of different states friends. So this is how I actually get my network. It's a good experience because you will have the chances to visit other states and then follow your friends go back and then see how their hometown looks like. So that would be one of the sweet memories that I can remember. The classmates, the friends that I met around. Group assignment, I would say also is a sweet memories, even though a lot of time we have to rush it during the deadline. Even we have like a couple of months to work on the assignment. However, we tend to use a lot of time for planning, doing research, and then the report. Most of the time we only be able to complete like few days before the deadline. But for me, it's a very fun experience that you work together with your classmates in one group, like I think 5. And during the discussion, a lot of time you don't only focus on the assignment. Sometimes you talk about other things, and then we all hang out around, go for supper because we have to rush for the assignment. So that's all the sweet memories that I have in the campus.
Ms. Kee Lin, tell us a little bit about your company and how long exactly has it been that you've been working in this company?
I have been attached to this company for about 2 years, around 2 years. This company, what is their focus? So Intrepid, an essential company, which is a UK company, is focused on providing the e-commerce management solutions, the services, digital marketing, and also insight analytics to our brands clients to help them to grow in the e-commerce industry.
I see. Thank you, Ms. Kee Lin. So we would like to know what exactly is your reason for choosing this company in particular?
3 key reasons, I would say it. First reason is because I will have exposure to the more than one country. So the Intrepid having an office in Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand, Singapore, and Malaysia. So this is where I will have a chances and also get exposure to work with different countries, stakeholders. So it's what definitely it will be one of the key criteria for me to grow further in terms of my career. That would be one of the reasons. And then the second reason that I would say that the working environment is very dynamic in Intrepid. So each of us actually have very good chances and also a lot of exploration in terms of speak up your opinions, to give your ideas. So your ideas that will be accepted by your superior, and then depends on how you want to implement it and also execute it. So that would be my second reason. And the third, and also the most important, e-commerce. You know, I studied in e-commerce. Of course, I want to land in e-commerce field. So that one would be one of the key reasons. And the way that I look at how Malaysia grows in terms of e-commerce industry, you see before and also after during the COVID, a lot of buyers being introduced to buy online, and this is how the e-commerce growth very rapidly in Malaysia. Definitely is a very good industry to further my career in. So that would be the last and also the most important reason.
All right, so this brings us to a very, very interesting question that I'm actually looking forward to ask, and we would like to know, what is your journey from the day you graduated all the way till this very moment? Do share your journey.
I start applying for the jobs right after I finish my exam, more towards a role kind of like a developer, a programmer. However, I would say that wouldn't be a right path for me. So that's where I actually start looking into a service provider, and I got a chances to start my career as a consultant. So consultant at the different roles. So I first started with the pre-sales consultant. So what did I do is I actually support the salesperson to go out to do a presentation to introduce the solutions that offered by the company. It is a very good experience, to be honest, as a service provider, because we will have a chances to grow your knowledge in the various of industry, because your clients could be from any of the industry. It could be a financial institution, it could be a FMCG the industry, so it could also be a plantation industry. So I quite value this experience, and this is how it helped me to grow into where I am today. And after I have this experience as a consultant in the service provider field, to be honest, it's a very hectic life. A lot of projects that you have to work on, and after that, this is where I start to pause a bit on myself to start think what I want to be. So although past experience, I have experience in terms of project for the solution development, application development, mobile app development, and also business intelligence project or data related project, not to mention like machine learning. So this is where I would like to focus myself more in the data related field. And this is where I come across a job opportunity, Intrepid, that actually finding a BI reporting and analytics manager, and I actually applied for this job.
Based on whatever you just shared, I believe it was definitely not an easy journey, and I would say that your dedication and determination is what brought you here so far, and we as part of MMU are extremely proud of your achievements so far, and we hope that you reach greater heights in the future. I believe there is somewhat of a relevance for your field of study and also the job you have today. So do elaborate a little bit about the relevance of your position and also what you did for your degree.
Okay, so the relevancy, if we talk about what I studied back then, the e-commerce, and also what I'm actually working on right now, of course, still in the same field, which is e-commerce. We are the e-commerce enabler, which we help clients to manage their e-commerce store. So in terms of relevancy, I would say the basic knowledge of e-commerce, the consumer behavior, that would be what it is relevant. However, if we talk about the case study that we had during our study, of course, throughout the years, it changed in terms of the trend. So I still can recall Malaysia, we do not have a lot of case study. You know, the e-commerce in Malaysia, the back early 2000 is definitely not popular. You rarely heard the people say that they're actually buying online or shopping online. Okay, so that time, a lot of our case study during study is referring to the US market. So what I believe the change now is that in Malaysia we do have a much more case study that we can study. Like there's a few the big players in terms of the marketplace, and also most of the organizations who start investing in e-commerce, they will also have their own website to allow the customers to buy directly from their website. So this is how you can see over the 20 years the period e-commerce growth in Malaysia. So the relevance of it during the study versus now, I would say trend definitely may not be relevant. However, the basic knowledge that we talk about e-commerce, what is e-commerce, it never changed. It's still as it is. So we talk about buying online. So that definition of it is still the same. So the case study of consumer behavior, it don't run away too much, but the consumer behavior tend to change in terms of the global trend or what is the popularity right now in the country and also globally. So that's how I can actually summarize in terms of the relevancy of it.
Ms. Kee Lin, this is an interesting segment where we have prepared interesting questions for you. So my first question is, are you married?
How long? Okay. So yep, I'm married. So for how long? About I think 9 years. I don't really go and count. So it's about 9 years, and yep, I already have 2 kids. So one boy and one girl. I married 9 years ago, so my elder one is about 7 years old, and my second one is about 4 years old. It's a very tough journey, to be honest. I have 2 kids, raise them, and then together with juggle with my works at the same time. Yeah.
That's lovely. So this brings us to our next question, which is, how did you meet your husband?
Interesting questions. So very lucky, I met my husband when I actually studied in MMU my last year. So this is where I actually met him, introduced by my housemate. So he is one of the friends from my housemate, and being introduced, and then this is how I actually get to know him. And after 10 years of together, this is where we actually decide to tie the knot, and then we have been about 19 years together to date. Yep.
My final question is, please share some tips and also a word of advice to your fellow Permata Dunia.
So my advice to you everyone, enjoy your life as much as possible when you are the students. There's full of challenges ahead of you once you start working, and there's a lot of paths that you can reach your destination, the one that you want to be. So don't stick to only one path, and then don't get sad when you don't as what you actually expected. Learn as much as possible you could. You will find it very useful when you start applying those knowledge in your work in the future. Each time, take a small step to learn to grow, so eventually you will reach where you want to be. That's all. Thank you.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to an end to MMU Alumni Vibes Up Close and Personal. Thank you so much, Ms. Kee Lin, for your time. We had an amazing time here with Ms. Kee Lin, and we hope you've enjoyed yourself as well. Once again, thank you everyone. This is Puvilashini signing off.